Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? I'm recording this on Friday. It's the 5th of February, so we are in Black History Month. And I was thinking that throughout this month at different times, I would grab some of these cards to share with you. I have two decks of Black History flashcards, Volume 1, so you can see that in case, oops, some of you might like to get it. And Volume 2 is the same thing, but with women, only women. Volume 1 has men and women as well as events or related happenings. But I want to lift up people who've accomplished great things. And I don't know about you, but growing up as I did in upstate New York, in school in the 60s and 70s, public school 60s and 70s, college in the 70s, and then teaching even in the late 70s and 80s, I didn't learn much about Black Americans. Other than, Booker T. Washington and maybe Frederick Douglass and Sojourner Truth, maybe. There's an awful lot I didn't learn. We weren't taught, and I feel angry about that. I feel bereft. I feel like I was cheated out of knowing more of my national heritage here as an American citizen. So I'm going to talk about two people just briefly. I'm going to show you their cards, read you a couple of their facts, and invite you to think about how we can help to bridge the gap, how we can learn more about, if you're watching this and you're Black or you're Hispanic, you've already learned about us. Sadly, not always the best. So maybe we can, I don't want to say we can all learn about each other, but those of us who have beautiful beige skin like I do can learn more about our brothers and sisters of color and embrace that and not expect that they're going to teach us kids, because that's our job to learn. Not that I want to exclude people of color from this broadcast, but let me just own it up front. It's our job to teach ourselves. It's not their job to teach us. And if we are fortunate enough to be close to that community in any way, then we know the many gifts that are there, and it's very humbling, or should be, to the rest of us. So anyway, if you are of African descent, feel great pride in these people as I do this. Today, two people. The first is Zora Neale Hurston. You may have heard of her. You see there that she died in 1960. She was author, folklorist, and anthropologist. Her 1920s Harlem apartment became a hotspot for social gatherings during the Harlem Renaissance. And if you don't know what that is, you can look that up. It's a real thing, and you should know about it. She worked with the famous poet Langston Hughes on a play and penned several more plays during her lifetime. Hurston wrote her most famous novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God, in 1937. And that was while she was studying in Haiti. Author Alice Walker helped to revive her writings in 1975. That's probably how I came to know about her. 15 years after Hurston died poor and was buried in an unmarked grave, I think in New York. All right, Zora Neale Hurston. The other person that I want to lift up today, because, I could go on. There are how many cards in each deck? We could be here for a long time, but we're just doing two. This is Benjamin Banneker, who I had not known of prior to these cards. So as you might have been able to see, he lived from 1731 to 1806. Okay, so about 70 years. A free, self-taught African-American mathematician, astronomer, almanac author, and farmer. What a guy. What a Renaissance guy, Benjamin Banneker. At age 15, he took over the family farm and created an irrigation system to control the flow of water to the crops. In the 1750s, he invented the first clock in America. It was this invention that put his talents on display for the country. Responsible for surveying the territory for construction of the nation's capital in 1791, after the lead architect quit. How fitting is this that we're talking about him when we've just had the insurrectionist storming of the Capitol? He authored commercially successful series of almanacs, and he corresponded with Thomas Jefferson, drafter of the United States Declaration of Independence, on the topics of slavery and racial equality. Benjamin Banneker. See what I mean about being bereft? I could have been celebrating both these people all through my life, but I didn't know about them. Who else don't we know about? What are we going to do about that? And not only who else, but what else don't we know? I was talking with a friend of mine yesterday or the day before. Maybe we were writing. I get them mixed up in my memories if we're talking or writing. But about how we can't unknow something that we already know. If I had known about them, I could have been taking them into my heart a lot sooner. I could have been feeling enriched and recognizing their gifts and celebrating them. And so I look at my life now and I'm thinking, Mary, what am I not seeing because I'm only looking here and I should be looking like this? Whether it's with my eyes or with my heart. So as we head into this weekend space, I invite us all to, when we think about it, think about broadening our horizons. Think about making our space bigger. Think about just how we only know a small portion of God, too. We only know a small portion of who we can become. I mean, it's limitless when we start thinking about this, right? That's something for us to think about today. If you want to learn more, look those two people up online. Read more details. I'm sure you'll find other links then that will take you to other places that you want to explore. Give yourself a gift this weekend. Just sit in front of the computer for, 15 or 20 minutes and just let your mind flow and follow it. Follow the links where they take you. Okay? Thanks, everybody. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. You've been watching A Prayerful Pause with the Pastor. If you're in a position to help support this ministry, we always invite your prayers. And if you are able to make a financial contribution, the contact information is at the end of this video. But we're here whether you do or not. It just would help things out a little bit. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. God bless. Stay open. Follow the links. Okay. Bye for now.